Alrighty guys, it's 9 minutes after the hour on Roja Radio 90.5, and as usual on a Monday, we have our regular date with Moreena for Love and Logic. So Moreena, hi and welcome back.
Hi Aruna, thank you very much. And welcome again everyone. I was beginning to think that maybe I'm not going to get a chance on here today because Aruna is so busy doing other things right now. So apologies for those who've been waiting. Okay, we're nearing the end of the series now. This, I believe, will be the penultimate week, which means that our last week will be next week. That's for this series. After that, I think there is a 2-week break, and then I come back with a new series. So, after recapping on last week's session, we would look more at how we can misuse love and logic, and we actually can misuse love and logic. So this is something you need to become aware of, and also more at sibling rivalry. I know we touched on sibling rivalry a few weeks back. We need to go into it a little bit more today. And as usual, because we recap, I want to go into what we did last week. So Aruna, can you remember what we did? What was the main thing about last week? It was D, D, and P.
Defiance, disrespect, and protesting kids.
She's so good, this girl.
Remember.
She's so good. All right. Next question is, can you tell me the difference between these this week? Because last week you couldn't.
Well, yes, because defiance is more behavior-oriented and they would act out in behavior-oriented. Disrespect is a more verbal kind of.
Yeah, okay.
And well, protesting is just doing what we do best, protest. Putting forward a case that you don't want to do something. Or
you grumble. It's like a grumble.
Yeah, it's a
you
grumble.
You do the thing anyway, but you're grumbling, saying, I hate this, or, God,
I don't want
whatever.
to do this.
So you protest. And lots of children say, I wasn't born to be in this family, to be your slave.
Why I have to do it.
Yeah. But as long as they do it, what happens? What is your approach as a parent to a child who's protesting? Because lots of parents want to go up there and say, what you say there? I want to make a huge thing out of it. I want to slap the child or do something awful to the child because it's protesting. So what is it we do instead as love and logic parents?
Well, I guess we use empathy as, of course, that you understand that it's not a nice task or a nice chore, and you understand, but being part of the family, this is your contribution, and we value your contribution here.
Yeah, okay, so you can say all of that, but you can just say, you can just totally ignore it and say, honey, I really appreciate what you've just done, thank you very much.
You mean after it's been completed?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, I was more thinking that
if they were saying they didn't want to do it.
And they don't want to do it, and they're putting forward a case that why they're not going to do it.
Then,
like that.
Yeah, so that's fine. If that is how it's happening, and you could say, I know it's a drag or whatever, empathize, I know it's a drag, but the other side of this is, if it's a child's chore that the child should be doing, and it's in a bad mood right now, and whatever else, and you observe that the child is doing it, because that's what a protest is. They're still doing it, although they're grumbling.
Right.
So, but certainly being gentle to a child by saying, I know, I understand,
When outside of the chore roster that we give them, remember we said that we
sometimes you would ask them to do things.
To do something.
Yes.
And a couple of days ago, prayers like, oh gosh, Daddy, you have me up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, why can't you get up and put it in the sink yourself?
Yes,
and she's like, you don't give me a chance to sit.
Right.
And it was a valid...
yes, that's right.
A
child becomes exhausted and we don't notice.
Yes.
If you have a compliant, easy child, they would do most things. So to respect that, you sort of pushing them to a bit too much.
So what are we supposed to do?
So it's right in a way that she's protesting.
Yeah, she said, you have me up and down, up and down, up and down.
So you can say, I'm really sorry, Daddy really needs some help right now, and if you can help me with this, I really appreciate it.
Okay.
But what we're talking about here is outside of that sort of situation.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is something they know they should be doing.
That's right.
Because it shows is something we said before.
And they're in an off mood, and why do I have to do this? And they just want to sit down and do nothing, and so
continue doing what they're doing.
As long as they're doing it, then you say, thanks, honey, I really appreciate you doing that.
Okay.
So the disrespect is saying something not nice about you to you, right? And then how do you handle that? You say,
So sorry you feel that way.
I'd be glad to do the things I do for you around here when I get treated with a bit of respect. It's the teenagers who become most easily disrespectful because they're beginning to feel their wings as young adults and begin to start thinking of what they have to do for themselves and their lives and begin to find relating to the family pain in the neck.
So start clipping your wings as
yeah.
early as possible.
I'll be happy to do the things I do for you around here when I get treated with a bit of respect.
This is